Can I say on 1050? Now, it is the case that Labor supported that legislation when it went through the Parliament based on the pleas from people in the Blue Mountains. But the Blue Mountains is very different to suburban Sydney. When you live in the Blue Mountains, surrounded by national park, by bush on all sides, and you consider what that community went through only 12 months ago with a devastating loss of property, thank God, not a loss of life, but when you consider what those people face, I think that a change to the law to protect human life was a responsible and prudent course of action by the Parliament. But the Shadow Minister for Emergency Services, Michael Daly, my colleague, said in the parliamentary debate that he didn't want this to be misused through the suburbs of Sydney. And unfortunately, people's worst fears have come to pass. So I'm calling for an immediate suspension of the 1050 code in metropolitan Sydney. Surely it's possible. Surely government can be smart enough and nimble enough to put in place a law to protect lives and property in extreme bushfire-prone areas like the Blue Mountains, while at the same time ensuring that the law is not crude enough in it and sweeping enough in its reach that it is misused within the suburbs of Sydney in areas, frankly, that aren't at extreme risk of bushfires. So I think a suspension of the 1050 code, an urgent review by the Rural Fire Service, the Emergency Services Minister and the environmental arm of government. I want to see the Environment Minister and his department engaged in this so an environmental viewpoint can be brought to bear. That immediate suspension and urgent review is what I'm calling for as Shadow Environment Minister.